Good evening, Tallahassee, and welcome to your Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. We are back in the full swing of things, and guess what? It is definitely pretty rainy outside. It's been raining for the last several weeks here in Tallahassee, and it just started thundering a little bit too. So we've got some thunderstorms going on. It's about 84 degrees, and there are scattered showers throughout the area. Over Doak, we can see there's a lot of rain on our camera, and it's making things pretty cloudy and dreary outside. As for the rest of the region, we're seeing moderate temperatures in the lower to mid 80s, definitely keeping things warm throughout the rest of the day. And our dew points aren't quite working on this map right now, but it's pretty muggy, which is contributing to this humidity in the air. Local radar again, we've got lots of scattered showers pushing their way eastward throughout the rest of the night. Tonight it's going to be 71 degrees and partly cloudy, but all that and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our first Wednesday night edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Daniela Streety.
And I'm student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta.
We're glad to be back to start off this semester, and we even have some rain coming back in. We thought we had a break, teasing some sunshine, and now the rain is coming back. But
yeah, we've got lots of things to look forward to. We're going to take a look at some local weather as well as some national weather and see, what conditions are like throughout the rest of the United States. The tropics are mostly staying pretty quiet right now, so we're just going to stick to the lower 48.
Yes, so we got some rain coming in, and even as for the local, we're seeing a lot more rain coming into the Tallahassee area. So we see throughout campus, we do see those gray skies and rain coming in from our live cams, and that rain will be here to stay for a couple more hours. And as we take a look at Doak, we see not a lot of visibility as we got some heavy rain moving into the area and some isolated to scattered showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder here and there, but we're mostly staying into the mid 80s. And as we check our radar, here is this isolated showers, thunderstorms rolling into the Tallahassee area, and that's mostly staying scattered, but after sundown tonight, those will begin to diminish and we can begin to see those clouds to clear. And currently right now, we are staying in the low to mid 80s. And as we are going into our temperature almanac, today we're mostly staying on average. We even tied for the average today, and we're staying a little above average for our lows. Definitely nowhere near records quite yet. And as we take a look into our futurecast into the next couple of days, we do begin to see a couple of passing clouds of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but tend to stay away and diminish through the next couple of days. So we can look forward to some drier, more sunny skies ahead. And as we look to tonight, again, we'll have those showers coming in, and we'll mostly stay pretty mild into the low 70s. As we go into tonight's forecast, most of the region will be seeing those mild temperatures into the low to mid 70s as well, staying mostly uniform throughout the region tonight. But if we go to class tomorrow, we will expect some heating up as we will have highs into the low 90s, partly cloudy skies, and maybe even enjoy a cool northwest breeze as you're walking to class tomorrow. As we move into tomorrow afternoon, those upper 80s will begin to trend throughout most of the Big Bend and South Georgia, even keeping 89 in Tallahassee and mid 80s towards the coast. And as we look into the week ahead, we can look forward to those mild temperatures, starting to get a taste of fall as we move into the rest of our week. We do see a lot of drier air coming into the area, so rain chances will remain low, but we will be teasing on either side of 90 through the next 7 days. As we move on to Priscilla with the southeast.
Yes, thank you, Daniela. So even though it's pretty rainy here, the rest of the southeast is looking pretty pleasant. We're seeing lots of blue skies. I definitely wish I could see a blue sky because that thing is pretty rare here in Tallahassee. And again, as we look over the whole region, we're seeing scattered showers throughout the northern portion of Florida as well as into Georgia and South Carolina with just a little bit of rotation, but not a lot of huge organization of these storms. We're not really into that wintertime front mindset yet, but definitely still lots of precipitation fueled by these hot temperatures that we're experiencing. And on those hot temperatures, we are sitting very much in the 80s, somewhere places in the upper 80s, which is definitely quite warm, and it's really fueling all of those thunderstorms. And you know, sometimes it will cause a lot of loud thunder, which we just heard in the studio here today. So definitely glad I'm inside. You might want to stay inside to get away from those from the heat while you can, and just hold out hope because fall is coming soon. Or is it? But for our muggy cast, again, we're seeing lots of humidity and humid air, and that's going to continue to make us feel very warm and, you know, not as comfortable as we'd like to be. But going out through the rest of the week, nothing too crazy to be aware of. As for future radar and clouds, we're seeing a lot of cloud development across the Gulf of Mexico and into the Atlantic, but generally not too much across land portions of the United States. So, and again, there's also not too much precipitation, so we're staying pretty clear on that end. If you're in Charlotte, the next couple of days looking pretty comfortable. We're seeing lows in the 60s, which are quite nice. I wish we had that here. But if you're in Nashville, again, lows in the 60s, but their highs are a bit higher in the 90s. Definitely very toasty. Glad I'm not there right now, but definitely if you're out there, stay safe, stay cool, and get inside when you need to. Tampa, pretty similar story, lows in the 70s, highs in the lower 90s. And New Orleans, similar story, lows in the upper 70s and highs in the lower 90s. So it's definitely hot across the region. We're going to be feeling those temperatures as we head into the next month or two, and then we're going to start to feel those fall-like temperatures. But, you know, something that's consistent with fall is, you know, our tendency towards hurricane season. And, you know, tell us more about that, Daniela.
Yes, so we are reaching the peak of hurricane season, actually. So this would be a great time to really review hurricanes, how they form, what are the different categories, and hurricane safety. So
exactly.
What exactly is a hurricane? It is a defined system of showers and storms that has defined circulation and has maximum winds of 74 miles per hour or higher.
And when we're talking about what fuels a hurricane, you're going to need warm water, moist air, and converging winds, especially with that rotation that we're so used to seeing with hurricanes.
Exactly. And hurricane season does last from June 1st to November 30th, and we're still in the middle of September, so we still have quite some time left into hurricane season. And now we can go into the categories. Priscilla, would you like to share?
Yes. So we have a category system 1 through 5. 1 is our lowest level of hurricane, which is starting with winds from 74 to about 95 miles an hour. You can get some storm surge. There's going to be a little debris, nothing too crazy, but if you are in the path of the eye, that's where you'll see the most intense effects.
And as we move on to category 2, you see more moderate damage, and that is minimum winds of 96 miles an hour to maximum of 110. You can expect higher storm surge amounts towards closer to the eye where it makes landfall on the coast, and you can definitely expect more flooding and wind damage to your home, sides of housing, your roof, etc.
And as we move on to category 3, 3 and above is considered a major hurricane, so there will be extensive damage, very high winds, upward of 111 miles per hour, and you can see storm surge anywhere from 9 to 12 feet, so that's very, very dangerous. I know I'm only 5 feet tall, so that would be like well over 2 of me, and I would be very much underwater. And if you're thinking about me, think about what that's going to do to your house. So definitely very serious. And how about category 4?
Yeah, so category 4 is definitely on a more extreme level. Winds up to 131 to 155 miles an hour, and that is sustained winds. That doesn't even include wind gusts that can be even higher. Storm surge 13 to 18 feet is possible, which is completely catastrophic and life-threatening. That's why it is so important, especially on the coast, to adhere to evacuation orders, and especially once we get into category 5.
And especially category 5 is the most catastrophic category of hurricanes. Winds upward of 155 miles an hour, lots of storm surge, and this is just going to lead to, honestly, complete devastation. So definitely, you want to make sure you're staying safe, stay weather aware, watch for updates from certified sources.
And make sure to take action to stock up on supplies and check on your list, and make sure to listen to local officials when deciding to evacuate. And as we take a closer look, circling back towards the country as a whole from hurricane season, we will be seeing We'll be seeing current temperatures around the country still looking pretty hot towards the middle of the country, 96 in Dallas and 94 in San Antonio. But we're looking at a brisk 58 in Billings right now, and most of the eastern side of the country is staying pretty warm into the mid 80s and even some low 90s, possibly mid 70s as we see in DC. Current dew points are staying pretty muggy throughout the eastern portions of the country. We even have dew points of 75 right here in Tallahassee, which explains a lot of the muggy and rainy weather we have right now. And as we move towards the western parts of the country, we do see that it is drier with dew points even 24 in Denver, staying pretty bone dry over there. And as we're looking at our current radar, we do see a little low pressure circulation, possibly from the remnants of Tropical Depression 8 that entered into the Carolinas yesterday. And we even see some of that isolated showers and thunderstorms impacting the Panhandle and South Georgia. And as we move into up north, we do see another low pressure system up in Billings towards the border of the United States and Canada that will be bringing some showers and thunderstorms, some potentially severe, to Minneapolis and parts of the Midwest. And even in the southeast, again, we can see some of that low-level circulation in those showers and thunderstorms coming off into the Atlantic and going north or east-northeast. And as we look into our upper-level water vapor, we again to see some of this moisture. Again, you can see that defined low-level circulation that is going north and going to impact parts of Minneapolis and even Chicago tonight. But other parts of the country, as we move farther south and west, will stay pretty dry. But those areas that will be getting those low pressure systems will be seeing an adequate amount of rain, especially in the DC areas and parts like Billings, where we see in blue, we get those higher rain amounts up to over ½ an inch of rain. In the SPC outlook for tomorrow, we have some of the most severe impacts towards the Minneapolis area and into the border of Nebraska and Iowa as well. But everywhere else around the country, we're going to be staying pretty moderate to or non-severe showers and thunderstorms, and that will continue forward. The outlook day 2 will expand a little bit into Minneapolis area, but again, the rest of the country will be seeing rain, but pretty mild showers and thunderstorms. And as we go to day 3, things will begin to dwindle and calm down. So go into the temperature outlook through the next couple of weeks, week and a half, we will be seeing a lot of above average temperatures possible. And down even in the southeast, we may see a little neutral, likely below, but we're going to be mostly staying pretty average here in the southeast. Now for tonight's temperatures, we will be staying on either side of 70 in the 60s tonight. We'll see even 71 Tallahassee, 77 in Miami. And as we look into the more western parts of the country, we'll be seeing a brisk 50s, even 51 in Denver. And for tomorrow's temperatures, we'll be seeing a scorching 98 in Dallas. But as we move on to the rest of the country, we will be seeing a lot of those 80s and 90s as we move forward. And as we go to Priscilla for our local.
Yeah, we're going to take one last look over Joke. Still pretty rainy right now. We've got those thunderstorms that are making their way across our area. Temp is still around 84 degrees and winds are very slight at 3 miles an hour. So again, pretty gloomy. It wasn't this gloomy the whole day, but definitely things led to the development of this thunderstorm, such as the amount of heat that we've been experiencing. Local radar again is showing moisture pushing off towards the east coast. Very scattered, isolated showers, but there could be thunderstorms embedded within these. So again, make sure you're listening to local authorities just in case some severe weather does pop up. But again, current temperatures are sitting very nice and comfortable. 84 here in Tallahassee, 79 in Thomasville, and a little warmer in Mariana at 89 degrees and 87 around Apalachicola. So we are a little bit cooler here, which is actually pretty nice, but some other areas in our region are feeling a bit warmer, which I feel for them, honestly. And this heat is no joke. Current dew points, we've edited our map a little bit to try and show we've got Dew points around 76 and 77 throughout the area. So the closer our dew points are to our temperature, the more muggy and humid the air is going to feel. But luckily, since we've got about 10 degrees difference in between those, things aren't too bad. It definitely could be worse, but also it could be better. Future satellite is going to indicate a lot of cloud coverage, but overnight things are going to clear up. And again, just seeing some slight scattered showers here and there, usually in the afternoon time, and mostly a lot of cloud cover. But overall, we're just seeing mostly clear skies, so it's a good chance to take a walk if you need, and enjoy the summer into fall air before it really cools down a bit. Tonight it's going to be 71 degrees and showers early on and potential winds. Tonight we're going to see our lows in the lower 70s and it's going to be very comfortable. And for tomorrow, it's going to be 91 degrees, partly cloudy, so wear your sunscreen if you need to, and don't forget to watch for that sun. And tomorrow again, 90 degrees. But for the week ahead, we're going to be sitting in the lower 90s and dipping into the 60s for our lows, which is very comfortable. But we're not going to see any more showers until next Wednesday. But don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and don't forget to follow our TikTok as well. But for now, I'm going to leave you with one last look at Doak.